So, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do a glass breaking animation in Blender like this one. Alright, so here in Illustrator, basically I'm going to be showing you how to do a 3D logo in Illustrator, and then from there we're going to take it into... Is it recording? Is it recording? So basically here in Illustrator, I'm going to be showing you how to take your logo or text, and we're going to inflate it. So basically we're going to make it 3D, and we're going to export that into Blender. And in Blender, we're going to do the whole glass breaking animation thing that it's going to look freaking awesome. And you guys are going to want to do that on your own design. Whatever I just said. Anyways, so here in Photoshop, Illustrator, what you want to do is you want to go and select a different color, a lighter color, just because it's going to help you see some better visuals. And so once you have this, what you pretty much want to do is go to Window and go to 3D Materials. And while having your logo selected, you want to click on Inflate, and you're going to get this nice 3D depth effect on your logo. And all you pretty much want to do is, at least what I like to do, you could play with this however you want, but what I like to do is I like to bring the depth all the way down. I like to inflate on both sides, because if not, you're gonna have the back, it's gonna be flat, and you don't want that. And the volume I like to do about 70%, and this usually works for me, but again, it all depends really on the logo that you have going on or the text. And so yeah, this is what I have at the moment. So Control Z to go back and have it straight like this. And you pretty much want to do is go to layer and double click on that, and we're gonna name it Cos Inflate Logo, right? Whatever, I don't care about the spelling, honestly. I just want to show you guys how to get this done. So basically, once you have all this done, all you want to do is click on your layer, make sure it's actually selected. So this has to be highlighted in blue, and you should have this little square highlighted as well. You want to go to collect for export, and over here you want to make sure it might be on PNG. If it is, just change it to OBJ, and you want to click on export. And all you pretty much want to do is make a folder for this OBJ file to be on. And again, I already have mine made, but I'm gonna do this once more just to show you guys what you could do. So in OBJ, you just want to make sure you have a folder selected. Just select the folder, and it's just gonna go ahead and export it for you really quick. It'll take a few seconds. So once you have that done, all you want to do is you want to go into your Blender. In Blender, of course, like always, and pretty much all the projects we'll do, from now on, we're going to delete the defaults because we don't want no defaults. And you want to go to File, you want to go to Import, and we're going to be importing a Wavefront OBJ Legacy, and just click on that, and we should be good to go. Now you want to go and look for your file, and now it is that time to go and just go through all these files. And so basically you should have only two. I have four because again, I've already saved this before, and I just saved it on the same location, so I have two of the same files. But what you want to do is you want to make sure you're selecting the one with the .obj, since we are importing an OBJ file. And so you're gonna get this big logo on the screen like so. You want to scale it down a bit, I say somewhere around there. And of course, first thing you want to do is, and trust me, the only reason why you might want to do this first is because if you wait to break the logo into pieces, then you're gonna have to add the material, but one by one. Of course, there's other ways to do it all at once, but let's just get it over with. So what you want to do is get rid of all those pink materials, add a new one. We're gonna name this metal. Jesus, am I not being able to spell today? So click on metal, and base color white. If you want to change that, go ahead. Metallic all the way up, and the roughness I usually like to do 0.15, usually works for me. And if you guys want to see what that is looking like, we have this metal or chrome material, which is something that I usually do for all my projects. And so once you have this, really quick, what we're also going to do is you want to go to the world properties. You want to go to this yellow dot, click on there, environment texture, and you want to open an environment texture. Go to your usually on my downloads I have mine there. So basically we're going to be opening up a HDRI, and so when you click on your search bar and you type in EXR or HDRI, just go on Google honestly and search up free HDRIs, and it'll link you to a bunch of different websites that you could get free HDRIs. So anyways, I'm gonna import mine. For this specific one, I don't want to do an actual environment HDRI. I want to do a material. So what I'm gonna do is I have some iridescent materials going on here. I'm gonna just select this one for example, and if you go to render view, you're gonna get this look right here. Another thing I want to do is I want to make sure that the background is transparent. So just go to your render properties, go to film, and click on transparent, and you have something like this, right? And so again, what I like to do is for this specific animation, I want to go to cycles, and I want to make sure that you have your GPU compute selected so that you can move around easily, and it'll be using your GPU, which is actually a whole lot stronger than or more powerful than your CPU. So once you have this like this, next thing you want to do is now we could go ahead and break this into a glass breaking animation. So first thing you want to do for this is you want to go to edit, you want to go to preferences, and you want to make sure you have your cell fracture. Hold on. You want to have your cell fracture add-on selected. So it's usually not on by default, but you just go ahead, like I said, go to preferences, go to add-on, search up cell fracture, and just turn that on, and then just X out of that window. And so basically, now that you have that, what I usually like to do is when I get to this far of inside, like in the project, what I like to do is make sure I go ahead and cast tutorial breaking, whatever, and save that, because in case something happens and it crashes, then at least we have something to go back to, right? Which is better than nothing. Anyways, that being said, click on your logo, go to object, and you want to go to quick effect, and you want to go and select cell fracture. And now here, all we're going to be changing is the source limit, and it really all goes down to your component and the components you have in your computer. And so pretty much on my computer, I can handle 100 fractures or pieces. But what I like to do is I go down to 50, because I've tried 50. It works a whole lot faster, and the animation still looks pretty cool. So why do 100 when you could do 50 and a faster timing? Anyways, so again, go ahead, try 50, or you could try 100, whichever one really works for you. But in my case, I'll do 50. Another thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have the smooth interior selected, and you want to select in the debug points and the debug boolean, and just click OK. And so this whole process is going to take literally a couple seconds. If you would have done 100 pieces though, it probably would have taken a whole lot longer. So now that we're here, let's go back to the viewport shading, like the solid color one. And once we're here, you're gonna notice that there's some black dots in your logo. So to get rid of that, you want to zoom out like pretty far, and you want to try to go and select one of them so you see they actually got selected here. So as you can see, there's a whole bunch of black dots. So once you actually get to select one, just click on delete, and you'll get rid of them. Second thing we want to do is you want to go to the first layer here, cast inflate logo, which is the main one, and you want to check in these the eye icon and the camera one to hide because the thing is, if we leave this in and we do the breaking animation, the logo will still be there, and it's just not gonna look cool. So turn that off. You don't need that. Another thing you want to do is select one of these pieces. I usually like to go with the top one, and you want to go to object, and we're gonna go and look for rigid body and add active. Once you do that, you want to go click and drag your whole logo. Again, go back to object, rigid body, and copy from active. And so basically what this will do is if you click on spacebar, your logo is going to fall into space, but you don't want it to fall into space. So what you want to do is you want to go to scene properties, and you want to turn off the gravity. And so now if you click spacebar, it's just going to stay there. But if we go and shift A and add a force field, the force field is actually going to be able to grab or move the logo into space in whatever direction you might want, right? So in my case, I want to put it on the right side, so the whole logo is going to break into the left side. And so how would that work? Well, what we're going to do is you want to look for the you want to go into physics properties, and here you want to go and just really quick, just to show you, if we go to up to, let's say, 10,000, so 10,000, enter, this is what we're gonna have. It's just gonna go, like I said, it's just gonna explode into space. Now, I don't think that's cool. We want something more like in slow motion. So to get that animation going, all you want to do is, let's go back to 0, and we're gonna turn on a frame. We're gonna insert a frame in there. We want to go up to frame number 10, and we want to go click on that one more time. So it's just gonna be space. It's just gonna be it's not gonna move there from 1 to 10, and then we're gonna go to 20, and then 20 we want to go insert. I wouldn't say 10,000, I would say maybe 5,000, and let's see what that looks like, and insert the frame, of course. And so now we actually have something like this, right? Now that it's doing that, again, you could go back into frame number 20, and if you don't want 5,000, maybe do 1,000, and you gotta click on the frame twice to remove the frame and to add a new frame with that property. So now we have more of a bit of a slow motion, and again, you can still play with it, maybe go even slower if you want, go lower on that number. But what I want to do now is, if you go to fall off and you go to minimum distance and max distance, check them in. And what we're gonna do next is, over here I like to do about 0.89, and over here I like to do about 0.0, I would say, like, actually, you know what, let's do about 0.4, and let's see what that looks like. So if you go back, you'll get, actually, you see, like, nothing is really happening. And this is the thing, it really all depends on how big your object might be. In this case, when I was working on this before, my object was a whole lot smaller, so this actually was able to affect my my object. But now, since I'm working with the bigger object, it's actually requiring me to go and make this a whole lot bigger, and this probably somewhere on there. Let's see what that looks like now. It's still not doing anything to my object, and that could be because maybe we need even bigger than that. So let's see what this could do to it. And again, it's all about playing with the settings, but trust me, as you can see right there, we could see something happening now, very slow. I don't actually like that too much, so maybe we could go back to frame number 20 and increase this to, I would say, maybe like 100,000, and unselect the frame and select it again, and let's see now what we get from this. As you can see, it actually breaks into pieces, and it really falls into space slowly, like in slow motion, and I like that a whole lot more. Again, I might want to go a bit higher here, and here I would say maybe somewhere around there. And if we click that space bar, we'll get something like this, and we pretty much already have our breaking animation, our glass breaking animation. And if you go to render viewport, you'll have something like this, and it's pretty cool. Now, if you want to make it even cooler, what I like to do is add a plane behind it really quick. This is going to be some extra. Honestly, the tutorial, it's pretty much done, but just to give you some more game, add a plane behind it, grab Y, bring it to the back. We're gonna add a material to it. Usually I like to do black, metallic, bring it all the way up so we have no reflections on it. We're gonna go back to frame 1 so we could actually see what we're compositing here. We want to shift A, add a area light really quick, grab Z to be able to bring this up, scale it a lot actually. On the power, I like to do about 150. We're gonna keep it white for this one. We're gonna shift D while clicking on Z as well, and you're just gonna bring this down like so. RX 180. That didn't work. RX is not working right now for whatever reason, maybe my keyboard. RX 180. RX 180. There you go. So now it just flips the light upwards, and this, maybe we could change it to a different color. Again, it could be any color you want. Maybe we could do pink, and we could do 150. I think that looks pretty cool. Then you go ahead and add another one. Shift D on this side and click on this yellow dot, aim it, and you want to aim it to the the logo, and this one could probably be more of a, I don't know, maybe blue. I think blue looks pretty cool. And so you want to go Shift A. We want to add a camera really quick. 0 to go into camera view. N to open up this secret tab over here. Go to view and click on that camera to view. And you want to scroll down to zoom out like I'm doing right now. And so basically you just want to set up the camera somewhere nice in the center. And another thing you want to do really quick is make sure that when you hit space, your logo breaks into space like this. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, one last thing to do is if you go back to here, go to your render properties, make sure you have cycle selected, GPU compute, motion blur, and simplify. So another thing I like to do is I like to go to render. Before I render the animation, I'll render an image, and we're gonna do some compositing really quick. We're gonna add some glare to it, and this is gonna give it more live. Now again, I have a 4,000. It's a 4,000 samples right now. You don't really need that. I'll say honestly with 400 works. And if you do this about, I would say 10 seconds per frame, this is the limit. So after every 10 seconds, another frame will render. So just render the image, and so you can see it's gonna take no longer than 10 seconds. So keep in mind that's another thing you could play with, the time of your rendering. Again, the more time you have, the better the render will be. But if you want to do a quick render like I'm trying to do right now, set up a time and you'll see more or less what that final render could look like. So we're gonna minimize this window. We're not gonna close it, just minimize it. You want to go to compositing, select the use nodes, and here what we're gonna do is we're gonna separate this a bit. We're gonna add a viewer node. So just search viewer, and you want to go and join these. Actually, we're not gonna join them yet. What we're gonna do is, I didn't mean to add a scale. We want to search up for a glare, and what you want to do is once you have this, you want to drag the image to image, and image to image over here. Actually, you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna select these two like this, shift and right click to cut them like that, and then just select this, and this usually works without a problem. So we have this going on right now. Now from the streaks, what you want to do with this is you want to bring this up like so, and just let's play with it until we actually get something that could be useful for our animation. All right, and so this works for me right here. So basically I just added a glare to it, and if you now go to your Blender render viewport, you'll have this nice effect on your render. So now with this, if you actually go and render the whole thing, you'll get something like this. So this is gonna be it for this video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to drop a like down below, comment what you want to see next, and subscribe. And of course, don't forget to turn on that bell notification button to stay tuned. And I hope you guys have a great day. I'm out.